Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now this is going to be sort of a talking video, and this has been brought about by my not being able to receive the top quality bark that we used to get. And it got me thinking first of all about the mediums we use to grow our plants, and then of all their uses. I thought a lot about these things and I'm wondering what to do. You will have read things about potting mixes with many different ways of using it. There's bark, sphagnum, perlite, vermiculite, lava rock, pebbles, coconut husk, and also other materials which can be used. And I think over the past 60 years I've probably used all of them with 1 or 2 degrees of success. I used to use quite a bit of sphagnum, but I always found this a bit difficult to determine when it was dry or when it needed watering. And bark has always been the mainstay of orchid medium, and when Orchid was available in the UK, I used that product in various bark sizes depending on the size of the roots. Now I started to think about organic materials like leca and lava, and I remember using leca many years ago, but like every other grower, I would then start chopping and changing according to what was said or read. I'm new to lava rock, but I've decided to use lava rock or leca for all my orchids, you know, without the reality of whether or not I could justify that it was going to do the job I wanted. But having come to the decision, you may wonder why I'm taking such a challenge, really. It's a challenge whether I can grow them in a different way. Well, I started thinking about the way orchids grow and the way they feed. And as you know, all orchids are mainly epiphytes with their roots attached to the bark of trees, which says that one of the main things that they want, above all everything else, is air. Well, they need air to absorb nutrients which are available in weak amounts. And when you think about it, you know, with the humidity being high where they grow in the wild, they are continually being fed. They get continually fed through the leaves and the roots. The leaves get wet and drip onto the roots to stimulate growth. And they also get nutrients by the way of animals and birds sort of leaving the droppings on the tree and the water it's at, and it goes down to the plant roots. And they also get the benefits of the tree's roots, soaking up plenty of nutrients from the soil and putting them into the tree. And they get nutrients from the sap. Now, with all this in mind, all my plants are going to be planted in inorganic materials and fed profusely with a weak solution of essential elements. Now, one of the main elements, or by far the main element of all your feeds, is calcium. And without calcium, you'll have loads of trouble trying to grow your plants properly. If you give them enough calcium, it's an immobile nutrient, so the new growth cannot obtain calcium from the mother plants. And unless you are giving good amounts of calcium, the new growth will go black and die. we've all suffered crown rot, and we've also likened it to water being deposited in the crown. But 99% of crown rot is caused by the lack of calcium, which builds the cell walls, and it also gives the plant a good resistance to all fungi and bacterial diseases. And you know, when your plants start putting up new growth and suddenly it stops growing and turns black, that's because of a lack of calcium. The new growth requires calcium to build itself up into the plant it wants to be, or the spike it should be. But if they go black, it's a continual lack of calcium, because they use what calcium is in the feed, but if that's running out, they cannot draw it from the other parts of the plant, being an immobile nutrient. So to stop your little plants getting black, you know, the little new growths on cattleyas and such like that, then give it more calcium. Every feed, give it calcium, and you'll see that your plants will grow much, much better. And the finest calcium you can use is calcium nitrate. Calcium nitrate in your mix, the roots of the plants will pick it up straight away and use it to supply the new growth. Calcium carbonate, you'll see, is in a lot of mixes, but it's really a no-no, is calcium carbonate, because it's not soluble in water that we use, which is slightly warm. The calcium carbonate is only soluble in very cold water, and I don't think there's many of us feeds our orchids with water that cold. Well, I hope it's not been too difficult for you to decipher what I've been trying to tell you, and just to sum it all up: feed little, feed often, and give them plenty of calcium. You cannot overdose with calcium. Well, I'll finish by showing you a few plants that I've already potted up in organic materials. One I've had in about 6 weeks in leca, and it was a horrible thing I put in. It was a cattleya with just one spike, well, no spike, just one growth and one leaf on it. But I'll show you what's happened to that one. Well, this is the single-leafed cattleya that I planted about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I'm surprised that, look at that, there's a new growth coming up there. So I think we'll just take away some of the leca from here and see what's going on underneath. If I can manage it. Bit difficult. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it looks like a very, very good grow, this. And I'll tell you what I did when I potted this. I sprinkled dolomite powder on it, which is a lot of calcium in it and a lot of magnesium. And look at that, we've even got some roots showing, I think. If I can keep the camera on it. Yeah, that's about all I can do. Yeah, there's roots growing on it there. So that's proving to be okay. I'll just go and have a look at some more, see what's happening there. I'll have a look at the cattleyas, because I've planted those in scoria, or lava rock as they say. So we'll just have a look at those. Well, this is the cattleya with the King of Taiwan. It was putting up a new growth here, and then it stalled and didn't do anything. This leaf was all purple red colour, but now it's turning green again. And if I look down at the bottom, there's the beginnings of a new nubbin, And there's the original roots there, which the tips are going a little bit black, which is expected because I've just changed it into a new media. It's got to get used to all that to start with, but I'm hopeful that these plants will do well. Well, I've already potted up really 35 plants in lava rock and lacquer, so we'll just see how they goes, and I've probably got another 50 to do, something like that. But they are all going in lacquer, and the ones which take the lacquer and start growing, that'll not pot, and it will not need changing until they outgrow it. You see, the lava rock will not deteriorate anything, it'll just keep as it is, so there's no need to repot them. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope I've explained things properly. If I haven't, I hope you forgive me, and I'm getting on a bit, you know, so the words don't come easy at times. You forget what you're going to say. But if there's anything I haven't mentioned and you want to know about, just leave it in the comment, and I'll come back to you. So once again, thanks very much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I've seen I'm getting a little bit more, which is very appreciative. And I hope you've all had a good Easter, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.